Sounds good.
Alright, so let's ref this up, and I'm not playing, MaNa is playing.
I'm almost disappointed by that.
Alright, so let's go.
Yep, apparently our camera has now finally died. They're using a camera that has batteries, unfortunately.
Yeah, it's recharging though, the other one, so that'll be back after for the semi-finals, hopefully.
Yep, here we go, folks.
Right, second map, Terminus RE. Not the latest version, because this is that was written down in the map pool previously. I think it's the same version we used at DreamHack, actually.
Yeah, it's, well, I don't think it is the same version.
No, I think they changed it, didn't they? They had it wrong in the rules, and then they changed it last minute, which messed up a lot of people. There was actually the huge discussion with that, because Sheth was like, but they had the version we're playing on right now, this is the one that was in the rules, and then he was like, yeah, but I practiced this one, and then they changed it to the latest version right at the last second.
The map situation is actually a bit of a problem.
Yeah.
I mean, the tournament's
there's
in
so
at the moment.
many.
There's so many for one thing, and it's constantly changing because eventually they'll figure out, well, this map's actually imbalanced and we can't use it. I mean, for the longest time we held Zelnaga Caverns and Shattered Temple in map pools, and only over the last couple of months has that really changed.
Yeah.
And we had Crevasse in for the longest time, and then we figured out that was a bad map.
And then you can't actually go ahead and say, Osho, by the way, this map's pretty good for you because there's rocks to the third base, which means you can go and attack MaNa's third base. But no, actually, we're going to play the latest version and there's no rocks there, so I'm sorry. I'm sorry, man. No, can't work like that.
I don't know. The BattleNet system is not ideal for anyone. I think if anyone says, "Oh, I love BattleNet 2.0 and its map system," then they need a good slapping. Whatever the case, I bring you Team Asia's Osho. He is in the yellow trunks and he is playing Zerg to the south of this, the Terminus, whatever the bloody hell version it is, versus this opponent, Mouse Sports MaNa, who is currently at one game in this best of 3 series. He is in the green trunks and he is playing Protoss to the west.
Playing a little bit more cautious, getting a 13 forge rather than 14, like last game, because he just doesn't want to obviously lose straight away. And we're actually seeing the extractor and spawning pool go down the same time. So what it looks like we're seeing is not like super aggression, but he wants to play an economic focus build, focus around Zerglings with speed though. So he will get speed straight away, but still will want to look to expand around 20 supply anyway. So and the reason why you want to get speed nice and early on, to prevent any pressure from your opponent that could happen, and to also to start killing these rocks straight away, the destructible debris on the third base, to prevent any fast third bases. So that's basically what we're going to be seeing out from Osho, and he could get speed and then deny scouting as well, nice and early, then can either go straight to layer into Mutalisk, or could go for some form of roach ling aggression that she's also strong. So lots of options though when you get gas this early, and it hides a lot from MaNa too. It
does, yeah. Plenty of wonderful options coming up for him, and let's see what comes out from Osho. I mean, obviously it's not so much of an aggressive build as it was last time around, and Osho's been varying his play up quite a lot. The first time I think I ever saw Osho, it was pretty much every map he was 10 pooling every single time, because that it gave him the option for a little faster aggression. It's not crazy aggression, and it's certainly not an all-in, but it gave him the option for earlier aggression, primarily with Lings, and he often grabbed +1 as well quite early. But Osho's a much more well-rounded player. I think joining Team Acer is probably good for any Zerg player. And think about how many good Zerg players there are on that team.
Yeah, Mondragon, Nurtio, more, I'm sure.
Yeah.
And then we do see the hatchery coming down. But the thing is with Speedlings, the Protoss probe. The probe actually gets to live.
It's hiding, yes.
That's like the probe that's going to go in to see if it's an all-in or not.
Yep.
Because he doesn't know. With gas this early, it very well could be. Roach 1 could go down now. He could go into the gas again. But we do see a second queen coming out right nice and early. And only one in gas, so it looks like he's just going to go up to 100 gas and then just go for a straight layer. Basically, like Donray Goose build versus Terran. This is basically what we're seeing from Osho right now.
Yeah.
And MaNa has no idea until that probe goes in to actually get confirmations. And will we see the layer as soon as that queen pops out, basically, as soon as he hits 100 gas? But there is the probe, sees the expansion, and it'll go in now, and it'll actually check the gas count. So that's why he's coming around this side. He'll click the extractor and see, alright, well, you've mined about 180 gas, so where's the roach warren? Oh, there it is. That's how you scout. And now he knows that roaches and probably speedlings are going to be on the way, so now he knows to throw down an extra cannon or two.
And that is that, as they say. We might as well not bother commentating the rest of the game because you just laid out the last 5 minutes for us. So thank you very much for that.
But no, he cancelled the Roach one because it was scouted, so we can continue.
Oh God, yes, a twist in the story.
A twist in the story,
yes.
And I wouldn't be surprised if we just saw going up to layer shortly. He's actually throwing down Evolution Chamber, so may want to use that 100 gas for a +1 instead of a Roach Warren. And right now we do have the defensive Stargate coming down for a Void Ray to kind of fight against this Roach Ling meant to be coming style. Meanwhile, there is the Warp Gate research being done. No upgrade, of course, because he wants to save the gas for that Void Ray, but we'll see.
Yes, well, Stargate on the way up right here for MaNa as well. Not particularly uncommon considering the positions here as well. Easy striking distance. There is the Evolution Chamber up there already. And as you said, the +1 upgrade. No sign of Spawn Crawlers just yet. It's not quite the time when you'd expect something to come, but it's getting to that point. You just want to be a little bit cautious. A lot more Lings just trying to nibble their way through there. They can continue just to hit that every now and again, but there is now a Stalker up as well to start picking them off. Right, Void Ray on the way. 2 Spore Crawlers coming down at the appropriate time here for Osho, and this is exactly the timing when you'd expect something like that to be there, and he can't confirm one way or the other, so nice.
Yeah, well, he's kind of forced the Void Ray to come out through going for this Roachling, so like the correct response from MaNa should always be a Stargate Void Ray defend, and then knowing that, throw down, you know, blind Spore Crawlers to that extent. It's definitely blind Spore Crawlers, but knowing that MaNa's a good player, MaNa should throw down a Stargate. And that's where you get a lot of angry nerd comments from people like Idra, like, well, you're so bad, you know, you should have done this. And like, if MaNa didn't throw down a Stargate and then all of a sudden just went for like a 5-gate push, it's like, no, it doesn't make any sense. And, you know, that's basically why nerds get angry a lot of the time.
Because they expect certain things and those things don't happen. Well, welcome to StarCraft. You know, StarCraft is a reactive game. It doesn't always play out the same way. In fact, it very rarely does. And as a result, you can get caught out. If you think too rigidly, if you think, oh, well, you know, I'm inside my opponent's head, then it's too easy to trick. It's incredibly easy to trick. But we do have now, it's going to be 5 gateways from him as well. Double Void Ray plus the Phoenix. And let's have a look at the defense. I mean, there is another Spore Crawler coming down, but it's not going to be there by the time that these Void Rays actually hit. He could make his way through and do a little bit of damage.
Now he can kill that single Spore Crawler with 2 Void Rays, with the Queen there as well, as long as he micros well enough. As soon as he gets charged up, the Spore Crawler dies relatively fast, and there's not a second Queen close. It's down on the natural, so he could go in and do damage here, but it looks like he's just waiting for more Phoenixes. He's not expecting Spore Crawlers to be there for number 1. It's like, it's weird that they should be there from MaNa's mind, expecting this Roachling and then nothing, so he's going to be a bit of a surprise to see that there, though.
Yes, he is, and there we go. Okay, right, let's try and do some damage, says MaNa, and driving all of those forces away from the mineral line, actually focusing a little bit on taking a little bit of unnecessary fire, I feel, from those Queens there. While it is just shield damage, that's damage that won't recharge for a little while. Not able to get charged up here either. Bringing in another Phoenix. Now repositioning that Spore Crawler. Now would be a time to actually strike and get both of those Queens up in the air, and then at least focus fire on the Spore Crawler, try and bring that down. Shields are now down on that Void Ray, and the Void Ray wasn't fully charged either, so taking a lot of damage here. Osho's holding that very well. Yeah,
it wasn't charged up. Really nice hold there. Spire's on the way as well. As Hydrogen's been put down too, so Lings do go down. See no third base. Nice force field to block these out too. And so right now still toe-to-toe between these both players, but the more that we actually see... actually, did he get the robotics base scout? Yes, he did. He saw the robotics base, so he knows that Colossus is on the way. So Hydra, Corruptor, very heavy on the Corruptor, so he can snipe Colossus immediately, and then stay on these Hydras to get rid of the gateway units, of course. Smart play here, but Phoenixes, they haven't done enough, man. They haven't warranted their cost at all.
No, they have not. The Void Ray investment really hasn't done too much either, and we can look at units killed, and it's barely any. MaNa's killed 6, which hasn't made too much of a difference to Osho's economy. It's on 3 full mining bases, pretty much almost at 70 drones as well. Plus 2 melee coming in as well. An interesting choice there for Osho, but Osho does tend to be very Ling heavy, so it's good against Protoss as well. It really, really is. I mean, if you can get rid of the sentries, then Lings just tear it up. They do huge amounts of damage. They absolutely destroy Stalkers, and MaNa's upgrade count isn't amazing right now either.
And a bit of a mistake from Osho is that Queen that's been lifted up actually is at such a high energy count, 115 at 12 minutes in the game. That's very, very high. It hasn't been love injecting that third base very often. And now we do have the 9 Mutas on the way once again. And going down Colossus when Mutas are coming out, have the Mutas been scouted though? Where is the Spire? Spire's there. No, it has not. So all of a sudden, MaNa's going to basically... He's taking down the worst route possible because there's nothing the Colossus can do against this kind of composition. I mean, basically he has to tech out already, which he's starting to do. He's realizing that no gas has been spent on the ground, so he's kind of indirectly scouted Mutalisk are coming. So Blink is on the way. He's focusing on the upgrades as well. He does not want to stay... Like, Thermal Lance should pretty much be cancelled. You don't want to, you know, focus on getting Colossus out with this mix, really.
No, you don't. And this is going to be a little bit messy. And once again, we're relying on Phoenix's. And MaNa's really going to tighten up his control on that. We saw him lose so many in the previous game to Mutalisks. And Osho's Mutalisk control is great, but you've got to be so very careful there. Forge will be able to complete that upgrade without too much of a problem. A little bit of link pressure doesn't really do too much damage. Osho actually now taking a 4th here towards... Oh, he's actually got a hidden 5th up to the top as well here.
Yeah, I mean, it's very hard to scout because Mutalisk, that's what they give you. This is why they're so strong recently, is because they give you complete map control and deny scouting at all from your opponent. And now we do have a little bit of a push come out, but I don't know how effective this is. There's 18 Mutalisks out, which are hidden. They have not been directly scouted yet either. You got to keep that in mind. There's no spy been scout, there's no mules been seen. This could be fast infestor pit, could be anything. So there's something that we have to be super careful about, and these mutas may come as a surprise, though the way that MaNa is playing, he knows that mutas are probably on the way, especially knowing Osho's style.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, this is so very common for Osho. And there we go, right? That's a lot of damage that's about to be done to that mineral line. And the Phoenix is why would you move your Phoenixes that close? I don't really know, but he ends up having one picked off pretty much almost immediately, but he does have a lot of ground forces to try and prevent that from happening. I'm very surprised this actually found that, honestly.
Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah, he was on a crazy patrol, and he did manage to find the ninja expansion up to the top. And once again, we've got an engagement there, and those Mutalisks have been thrown back. MaNa's defense is so very good right now.
Yeah, like we said before this one, even he's got such good defense against Mutalisk. Really has done. He plays so much against Nurcho in tournaments. So obviously, being both from Poland, they meet a lot as well.
Yeah.
So he knows very well how to play against this, and with the training with Stefano too, he's added on 1 or 2 Colossus into the fray, simply because he doesn't want to commit to them. He wants to obviously go down Temporal Archives eventually, but he wants to just have Colossus in to get rid of the links that are obviously going to be in the fray. Though doesn't want to go heavy into Colossus, because literally if you go heavy into committing to Colossus, you basically have a fight, all your gateway stuff dies, and you have like 4 Colossus, 5 Colossus left over, and it's like, why did I make these? Like, they are completely useless against Mutalisk right now.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, but 1 or 2 obviously kills all the links, so it's good to have them.
Yeah, absolutely.
Void Ray, king of Void Rays, man.
This Void Ray has denied so many expansions already, and Osho will...
Is it going to get it?
Yeah, the Void Ray's going to go down. Nicely done there, he saves it. Yeah, Osho playing a bit gutsy there, honestly, but good control, just to not... It's like, oh god, I'm just going to cancel it immediately. Didn't freak out at that point. So
oh, sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say, Army Supply is just so equal at the moment, and it's a fairly passive game up until this point.
MaNa just hasn't denied. Oh no, look at that. That was kind of funny. But MaNa hasn't denied, he has been denying the 4th base throughout the game once again, like he did previously denying the 3rd base. And like it's the way Hero plays as well, denying 4th bases all over and over and over. And this attack, I can't see going that well.
Not really. I mean, look at the pile of dead Lings that are coming in here. Lings with that many Colossus out basically don't matter.
What a storm.
Jeez. Yeah, that is incredible.
And so many Stalkers. Oh my god, that did not go well.
No, it didn't.
It's not going to continue to go well either. There's no more Storm, but Stalkers at 2-1 upgrades, Mutalisk at 1-1. The Spine Crawls are not going to finish in time. The back ones probably will, but the front ones, and it looks like MaNa's just going to completely defend great and then counterattack. It's amazing play against Mutalisks.
Yeah, he's just decimating Osho at this point. I don't know what the hell Osho was thinking going into that narrow choke against that many Colossus. With Lings, I mean, when Colossus are out, Lings basically don't matter. Unless you engage in a very wide area.
With the mutas.
Yeah, here it comes.
But there's already cannons, there's so many High Templar, there's no way you can counterattack into that. Storm, cannon, Stalker warp-ins, and MaNa just very good. Very good.
Yeah, and MaNa being very sensible as well, looking to try and deny yet more bases. This one's up, and actually the other one is as well. He's been mining from pretty much all of these, and they will be destroyed. Osho has to respond very quickly with Lings and Mutas in order to defend them, but that base is going to go down. He may be able to save this one, but that one is doomed.
Yeah, this is really good play once again. He's going to go up there and scout the last one as well. And this is what you have to do. You have to play with good defense, and you have to nullify what Zerg wants to do when they play Mutalisk, where they want to take the map. Osho's been trying to take 4 bases at a time for the entire game, and the way that he's stopped it with a single Void Ray on such a big map, because Mutalisk can't be everywhere. The Zealots coming in to deny it again. He's so good at doing that, and now he's on a 4th base of his own. MaNa is such a good player. But the Muta count is getting high, but against non-High Templar armies, that Muta count is scary. But with High Templar and Archons, they're paper, man. They're paper.
Yeah, they go down so incredibly fast. They eat storms like that. And the problem with Mutalisks is as well, and which is something that a lot of people don't really consider, is that Mutalisks regenerate health very slowly. So you can whittle a count down without actually killing it, just by weakening it. I mean, look at the number of injured Mutalisks there are. We can look at the composition there. Half of those Mutalisks are on yellow health. Some are on orange and red. That's not good. If you eat another Storm there, you lose a ton of units.
Ling's going for a big round attack, but Storm's available. Oh my god.
He doesn't want to go anywhere close to that. I mean, a bit of indecision there, and of just throwing away a bunch of Lings that did absolutely nothing.
So basically, MaNa's going to sit on this 4th base, make sure it goes up, wait for the cannons to finish, be maxed out, and then he's going to attack. That's like his plan right now.
Yeah.
He may just try and defend a little bit more. There's no high tempo in the main base, but he just warped in a bunch of Stalkers to deal with this, and blinking them in the main as well. Going to be able to defend against that rather easy here.
I would certainly think so, and Osho needs to pull back immediately, and unfortunately those injured Mutalisks are torn from the sky very fast. And they've got +2, which makes them scary. His mute count's got above 41, but so many cannons.
Look at that, that's funny, man.
That's not a base, that's a fortress.
13 cannons. Wow. That's not getting broken down by anything.
Not very fast, no. I don't think so.
Wow.
Oh my. And the Muta count continues to rise. Osho just playing pure Mutalisk, and MaNa's got so many options against that now. He's got the upgrade count that he needs. He's got the necessary economy to support that. And now moving Spine Crawlers in a large number across that. And I suppose the only risk really is that MaNa ends up being too immobile to deal with this number, but so many Stalkers coming on. Ling's coming in as well just to do some reasonable damage here, which is certainly not helping MaNa, but there's just rank after rank of Stalkers. That's not enough Mutas. I say that there's 42 Mutalisk on the field, and I'm saying that's not enough Mutas.
Well, the thing is, like, the Mutas are very, very strong, but they clumped up. Archons and High Tempo will beat them down, so that's what we have to focus on now as well. The +3 Stalkers will do damage, but against clumped up Mutas, they can't kill the Muta.
Yeah, you need area of effect.
So, yeah, basically, that's the way you're going to have to kill it. But right now, he's just sacking that base, man. He's just going to go. He's going to... Oh, look at that. That's how you kill Mutas, man.
Massive
So
storm.
they're not dead, but the damage, you know,
exactly.
2 more Storms and they are dead, but...
Yeah.
So many. Oh, here comes a High Tempo. Here comes. It's gonna get a Storm. It's gonna sick his Storms.
Oh, it's good.
So
it's
low.
Good. Yeah, he needs to bring the rest of them down. Nice decision there by Osho to actually take a contingent off and move it in there. But the Muta count has died rapidly, and now this massive army is just crashing down on what is remaining of Osho's base. And this is just—it's a base trade scenario at this point, and Osho probably doesn't have the DPS to deal with that.
But MaNa's going to be able to hold his 4th base. Cannons and then 2 High Templars full of energy. He's going to be hold it, which is the base race. Basically, right now, is that Osho is banking on MaNa, being like, alright, I have to go back and defend. I have to split my army up. And then the mobility of Mutalisk will be able to come back and clean up the army. And he's looking to split the army up. But MaNa is not going to do that.
No,
he has defense on the 4th base, 2 High Templars full. He's doing absolutely fine, and he could actually just walk and go and kill. Well, actually, maybe not with all these Spine Crawlers, but at the same time, he's going to be able to defend this. But Mutants, man, they're such a pain.
Yes,
Look at this. They've done so much damage.
Yeah, loads and loads of +2 Mutas. That's just how it goes, honestly. And there we go. MaNa is currently trying to hold on to this as best he can. He's had to move everything back just in order to deal with this, but so many Stalkers and so many Mutalisks, and just trading blows over and over and over again.
And here we do go, and I've lost sound in my headset.
I have a feeling like there might be a cable under here. That's
I don't know if some of you want to come
something.
check this out. We've lost sounds and stuff, but maybe you can still hear that through
I can hear
microphones.
you fine.
Oh, I can't hear anything.
Yeah, I think we've just lost monitoring by the sounds of it.
Oh, okay. But here come the Mutas once again round the back, and going to be greeted by another big storm.
Yes, they are, and that storm's what's going to really make the difference, tearing a couple more from the sky. And Osho's attack is starting to peter out. He's done a lot of tech damage, but he can't kill this base. There's so little space to mine in this base because of the number of defenses that are there.
Yeah.
It's incredibly inefficient, but you know what? It doesn't really make all that much of a difference. And now they hit at the front line, and can he make his way through the...
Mutas are coming back, and I'm back with sound, and Mutas are going to be able to do a lot of damage here. There's no High Templar whatsoever. Colossus...
Massive error right there by... Oh, huge error by MaNa. He brings in some reinforcements there. He doesn't lose his entire army. This Colossus could have been picked off there. I'm surprised that Osho didn't focus on that.
And the money's getting low for Osho. He just has Mutas, that's it.
Yeah,
oh, really nice blink. Really good blink. +3. Missed Storm, but how many of these Mutas at?
It's down 21.
Look at him really clumping them up.
This is so messy. Oh, huge storm. Massive storm. That might be it. I think that's it. Yeah, MaNa's got what he needs to tear this from the sky. They are down, folks. The wings have been torn off the flies. And GG, MaNa, very convincing.
MaNa is good, guys.